Hey awesome friends, I am Awesome Danny. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about an IEM from the future. This is the C2 Mech Warrior 2025. We're still in 2024. So how did I get this? I actually got it from Hi-Fi Go. They sent it out to me for review. They didn't ask that I say anything in particular, just to give it an honest review. And they didn't mention anything about the year. So we're doing this now. So the C2 2025, it's a single dynamic driver IEM, 10 millimeter, like most. You can find this in the 3.5 millimeter cable connection because there is a type C connection as well. But we have the 3.5 millimeter. You can find it for $39 on Hi-Fi Go, but it's also been on sale. Like right now, when I checked, it was down to $32. That's the lowest I've seen it, so keep that in mind. Unboxing, bare minimum. You open the box, IEMs are right there waiting for you. And as far as the accessories goes, they're a little light on the accessories. All you get is ear tips and a cable, and both are okay at best. Passable, nothing crazy. I actually kind of don't like the ear tips. They're kind of bulbous and a little rounded, so even on the smallest one it just felt a little bit weird on the fit. I ended up using my own ear tips. So no case, no different sets of ear tips. So if these one set of ear tips don't fit or don't work for you, you need to supply your own. And the cable's okay. It does come with the mic. I know a lot of people like having a mic, but other than that, that's it. That's what you get. As far as the IEMs themselves go, the build is amazing. Super solid metal, very sturdy, a little bit hefty, not too heavy. It wasn't an issue in the weight, but they are hefty. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some graph sniffing. Here it is. There's your graph, sniff it, and let's get into the sound impressions. So overall, this set actually reminded me a bit of the other set by TinHiFi, the C3, which is a very comfortable set, and I really like the shell design on it, but it was just a little kind of bloaty, fuzzy, low res kind of presentation. This set takes that tuning and cleans it up quite a bit. That's basically the quickest way to give an impression on this set. Take the C3, control the bass a bit, clean it up, and define the treble a bit more, and it just makes it a very nice V-shape-ish kind of presentation. As far as comparing it to the previous C2 goes, bass is a little bit fuller, mostly in the sub bass. Sub bass on the original C2 was barely present. You can kind of hear the rumble, but it didn't really come through at all. You didn't feel it at all, and it wasn't very deep. 2025 C2 adds a little bit more there. Bass is still kind of light, a little bit shallow, and doesn't give you that huge body or substance with it. It's there, it's present, you can tell it's there, but it still leaves you wanting a bit. Missing some texture, missing some depth. Overall, the mids are okay. They do end up sounding a little bit thin, probably because of the boosted treble and the lightness characteristics of the bass, because there's bass there, like there's a good amount of it. Tonality is there, it's just doesn't feel as visceral as you would hope. Female vocals end up being a little bit forward in the mix. They do have some sibilance in some tracks and a little bit of sharpness, and that's because of the treble. Treble is boosted, it does come through sharply. It's a little bit more refined than the previous version, but it's still boosted treble, and it ends up becoming a little bit of the focus of the tuning. Overall, this set sounds pretty detailed for it being a single dynamic driver, and that's probably because of the treble. Things are pretty precise. The driver feels quicker than before. Timbre ends up being kind of metallic, has that sheen, that metallic hue to it, so it's not the most accurate. But overall, the set is an okay, easy to like type of presentation, especially if you can handle that hotter treble. But the text on it, mostly the details, end up being a little bit, above its competition. Like any single dynamic driver sets around the same price range, be a little bit less detailed. All right, now for cope set and broke sets. Cope set, we have two cope sets. One of them's kind of hard to find nowadays, but you could, but they're both related. We have the Truth Ear Hola and the Truth Ear Gate. So the Ola gives you a little bit of that bass presentation on the C2 2025, but it tones down the upper end. So kind of fixes the issue I have with the C2 there. Overall, lower res, less shimmer, not as airy, sparkly, and techs are definitely a downgrade, but the gate is the other end of this spectrum. So the gate ends up feeling a little bit lighter and more focused on the upper end. So it gives you still that little bit of shimmer, or actually I wouldn't say shimmer because gate's treble's kind of plasticky. So it's still a little bit sharp like the C2, except it has less bass. So C2 is kind of like a mixture of both the Ola and the gate with an upgrade in overall sound capabilities. So if you want to cope the C2, pick one of those two. If you want to go broke over the C2 and get something that sounds like it but better, we have a new set that I haven't reviewed yet, but it's very good, and the review will be coming out soon if I stop being lazy. I've had this set for a few weeks now. 2 weeks? 3? I don't know. But that is the CKLVX D62. If you're a grass sniffer, you can see how close they are. They actually don't sound that similar. The D62 is a clear upgrade overall. Bass does have more body, more substance, more impact, more depth. It's just overall a lot better. It has more focus on that upper end, a little bit of air, shimmer, that tickling treble, little twinkle, playful treble, but overall more refined. Treble ends up being ahead of the mix a bit. That is the focus on both of these sets. But if you have a C2, the original or this new one, the 2025 version, which I don't know how you would get it because we're in 2024, unless you're from the future just like me, then I would highly recommend you try the D62. D62 is a really solid set, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it. Not just the people that are, you know, into that treble, because like I said, it is a treble set, but that treble is really well done. But that's it, team. That is my review of the C2 Mech Warrior from the future. Rec rating is a solid 2, just like its predecessor. Decent set, well built, good details for what it is. You can find it on good sales. Just needs more accessories, needs a little bit more refinement, might be a little too hot for some, and the bass just lacks that little bit of oomph to make it complete. But if you enjoy the content, please consider liking and subscribing. I am Awesome Danny, and until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.